For the last decade, AI has basically had one playbook. Take the same core architecture, usually a transformer, throw more data at it, throw more compute at it, make the model bigger, and honestly, that worked shockingly well. Each time we scaled up, we got better text, better code, better reasoning, better everything. But people like Ilya Sutskever are now saying that playbook is running out of road, not because the models suddenly stopped improving, but because other limits are starting to dominate. How controllable is this thing? How safe is it under weird conditions? How do we understand what it's actually doing? And what happens when oops isn't an acceptable failure mode anymore? The scale-first mindset is great for benchmarks and demos. It is not obviously great for building something you'd trust to sit at the core of finance, infrastructure, healthcare, or national security. Sutskever's new company, SSI, Safe Superintelligence, is basically saying, we don't just want a bigger model that happens to be powerful, we want safe superintelligence on purpose. That means a different playbook. Instead of train something huge, ship it, bolt safety on afterward with filters and policies, you start with questions like, what are the hard safety guarantees we need before we deploy? How do we design training so the system is aligned with human goals by construction, not by vibes and hope? How do we build models we can actually interpret so they're not just black boxes giving impressive answers? It also means rethinking training itself. Maybe the goal isn't just predict the next token across the entire internet. Maybe we train models with tighter objectives, cleaner data, and feedback signals that explicitly reward honesty, robustness, and caution, not just cleverness and persuasion. Maybe we accept that some models should be smaller but more interpretable, with architectures and tools designed so we can poke inside and see what's going on, even if that means we sacrifice raw benchmark scores. And maybe progress stops looking like one giant model powering everything, and more like a stack, a core reasoning engine surrounded by watchdogs, verifiers, simulators, and extremely tough evaluation harnesses that try to break it before the real world ever can. The big shift is this: old mindset. Can we make it bigger? Can we make it smarter? Can we ship it before everyone else? New mindset. If this thing is going to be super intelligent, how do we make it reliably safe and deeply understood before we let it anywhere near critical systems? That's the new playbook conversation. It's less about scaling laws and more about engineering discipline, interpretability, and treating these systems like critical infrastructure, not just apps.